All right, welcome everybody to the Habs Tonight Trade Deadline show. Thanks for tuning in, you guys. As you can see right off the top of the show, just minutes ago, Victor Mete claimed by the Ottawa Senators. We've got a whole list, you guys, of players that just got claimed right at the noon deadline for waivers. So just get your initial reactions on Mete finding a new home, guys.
Honestly, I think it's for the best for him. He's going to get some playing time, at least in Ottawa, and best wishes go to him. He's been a hell of a player for us no matter what. Love the speed and the energy that he was bringing throughout the last few seasons, and we wish him the best for sure. I wish it wasn't in Ottawa, but can't be in control of that. What about you, Shane?
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy for him. He's definitely going to get playtime, right? So let's be honest here. The Ottawa decor isn't anything to brag about, but no, I think he'll fit in well there. It's a young team, right? So he'll be able to play with guys like Shabbat, Kachuk, Stützle. I think it's a good fit for him. I'm excited.
Yeah, and they also lost Mike Riley as well to Boston in that Taylor Hall deal. So yeah, bringing in Mete was definitely, at the very least, a necessity. Just to our viewers that are watching right now, Dale Weiss is having some tech issues right now at home where he is. So he was supposed to be on right now, but he's trying his best to get his Wi-Fi sorted out. They got a storm in Winnipeg because, Winnipeg gonna Winnipeg.
It's just Winnipeg.
So we're going to try to get Dale's reaction for any and all deals that, as you saw in the thumbnail, Taylor Hall, Foligno, just any and all deals that have gone down and will go down. We're going to try to get Dale on the show at some point today. Between say 12 and 2 while we're on, and then we have another live stream happening at 3. So Dale is going to try to make his way on. We'll try to get a text message from him, just with some reaction, maybe even about the Mete deal here while we're on the air. So yeah, again, Victor Mete claimed just at the noon deadline for waivers, and going to be a lot of deals we're going to talk about, guys. But what should we should start off probably also with the fact that we need some help on offense. The Canadiens do. Yeah. So just, there's not a lot of names left on the trade bait board, but there's rumors out there about Mike Hoffman. He seems like one of the only offensive forwards that really we should target in terms of his skill set. So what do you guys think?
Shane, I'll let you go first, actually.
Yeah, I'm not opposed to it. I've heard things about him in the locker room, this and that, but I'm not opposed to it at all. Like, it's not a risky deal whatsoever. Like, his contract right now is pretty low, and he has the scoring touch, right? That's what we need. We need a guy kind of like Caulfield that can just get the puck in the net no matter what. There's certain aspects of his game that are left to be desired, but like you said, Drew, we need scoring now. That's what we need for the playoff push. So I'm not opposed to it. I think if the trade, like what St. Louis is asking makes sense, why not go for it?
Yeah, that's the question right now. Should the Habs add Hoffman? But go ahead, Annik.
No, I was going to say, I actually didn't see what they were asking for. So if you don't mind sharing what it was.
Yeah, no clue yet. I'm just saying, like, hypothetically, if they start asking for like too big, that's Marc isn't going to do anything stupid. Like, he knows this stuff,
for
so
sure.
I'm not worried about that. But I'm not. I don't want to give up too much for him because it's probably just going to be a rental. But if the deal is right, yeah, I'm all for it. I hope he does it.
Yeah, like you said, if the price is right, no pun intended there.
Pun intended.
Pun intended. Yeah, let's put it that way. No, could be a good ad, but I'm seeing also in the comments here some people suggesting Getzlav to maybe reunite with Perry as well. Could be an idea. And Mete could be maybe a good ad too. He's been poison against us in the last few years, but could be a good ad as well. What do you guys think?
Mantha, you mean from Detroit, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah.
Anthony Mantha's been somebody that my cousin lives in Montreal. He's been dying for the Habs to go after Mantha for a while now. I would certainly consider it. He's got some size. He's got lots going on. You got some trades breaking over there, Nick? Anything?
No, that's what I'm refreshing. Just to, actually, Pierre Lebrun just tweeted that he's hearing that the Blackhawks have acquired Adam Gaudette from Vancouver. So that's
okay.
latest, but not completely confirmed yet.
Yeah.
Oh,
well,
actually,
that's the thing
it is
too.
confirmed.
It is
Yeah,
confirmed.
it is confirmed.
Okay.
Yeah.
There we go.
So that's the latest.
Well, because we're live, yeah, we're gonna break trades as they're broken to us. So, but yeah, lots of deals kind of swinging as we go. You got something, Shaner?
Yeah, well, it's just the return for Godet is Matthew Highmore. So it looks like a 1-for-1. I'm not sure if there's a pick involved too, but I'm seeing Godet for Highmore. That's it. All I got.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll bring up a screen share for everybody that so far has been claimed on waivers according to Pierre Lebrun. So we got it here, guys. Full waivers: Victor Mete from Montreal, claimed by the Ottawa Senators; Sammy Vatanen from New Jersey, claimed by Dallas. Oh, my mic is loose here. Alex Biega, Detroit. Danny, I can't even say that. It almost looks like Dekes, or that's what the last name actually looks like. Dekes. Okay, thank you. I needed that. And then Josh Healy, Nashville; Cody Golubov, Ottawa, all clear waivers. Okay, so there's a separation there. So it's actually only Mete and Vatanen that got claimed. Yeah. I apologize. So the other guys did not. But you know what? I'm surprised. Like, I'm surprised, yet I'm not surprised. I was thinking that Mete wasn't going to get claimed this late in the game. And then, sure enough, he does. And I think it would be good to get Weese's reaction if we can. Oops, sorry, guys. I'm just kind of changing up things as we go here. That's what I'm looking for. Okay. And it'd be great to get Dale Weese's reaction to Victor Mete being claimed, because I think we all agreed that Victor deserves an opportunity. And that's really what he wasn't getting in Montreal. We heard the trade, request from his agent, blowing smoke a couple of months ago. And now Mete gets claimed, not to a team. I mean, Ottawa is rebuilding. I will say that. I've even got Ottawa's jersey here. It's an old Daniel Alfredson jersey. So
classic.
There's that. I got like a whole like stack of jerseys over here just for fun, just in case certain teams make deals. Why not? But it would be great to get Dale's reaction. Maybe I'm not sure if he's watching right now. He's probably still trying to figure out his Wi-Fi so he can jump on live with us. But it would be great to see, because he was a teammate of Victor Mete. And certainly, he agreed that he's a player that could fit into the future game of the NHL. So all the best to Mete. We'll try to get some reaction from Weiser as we go along here, guys. So about 2 hours and 45 minutes until the trade deadline is over. So there's certainly still some time for Marc Bergevin, for a lot of GMs to make moves. And I'm just, other than Mike Hoffman, I'm like, I don't know who else we're going to try and target. Like, I just don't know, other than Getzlaf and Perry, but I don't know. Is that what we need?
There's not a lot of names left. There's not a lot of names left, like you said, but I mean, you have to give to receive, right? So yeah. Or who are you willing to give up if you're trading for a big name? That's like, who are you giving up? That's question, just right? It.
Yeah, and that's like Berkey does not like to, like, he doesn't like to make deals that he thinks he could lose, right? And that's really what I see. We also have Tyler Bozak on the trade board. I'm going to try to pull up the trade bait list here, and
that's right.
See who's left, because obviously we know Taylor Hall went last night to the Boston Bruins, and
Shane just doesn't look happy about that one.
Okay, let's talk about it. Shayna, let's talk about it.
Let's talk about Hall.
Oh boy. Well, let's just hope he keeps playing like he did in Buffalo, man. It's hard to hide the bias against Boston, but I mean, you got to be happy for the guy. He's actually going to a real team this time, instead of just suffering in Buffalo. But man, what the return puzzles me. Like, I don't get it. What was the Buffalo GM thinking there? Like, Bjork and a second for Hall and Lazar. I don't know. I really don't get that one.
It just goes to show. Yeah. Go ahead.
It blew my mind as well. I was expecting a lot more, but yet again, if you consider the season that he's been having, if you base it on just the season, okay, but if you base it on overall, it's tough. I was expecting a lot more. I always enjoyed Curtis Lazar as well. Curtis Lazar, to me, like, especially when you play for Team Canada, always a pleasure to watch. So going to be exciting to see what they pull off in Boston for sure.
Yes and no, because I don't want no. Like I was saying this to you guys in the group chat last night. I was like, the reason it's kind of disappointing, Hall to the Bruins, Foligno to the Leafs. I mean, like two of our biggest division rivals, actually. Yeah. Well,
With
Boston's
the
not
Atlantic,
in our division this season, but in the Atlantic, in normal times, Boston and Toronto are obviously Montreal's two biggest rivals. So to see them add two very significant pieces kind of hurts you for this playoff run. I don't know. I guess I'm just hoping that Bergie's got something up his sleeve because we need it right now.
Yeah, we've been seeing a mix of, like, especially in the past few years, if you take a look at how active Bergie's been, it's been a few picks, a few fourth liners. I mean, I don't think we need to add to the fourth line, like we've been saying in the group chat as well. It's we need scoring right now, and even by adding yesterday John Morrell could be a good add. I haven't really seen him play or heard much about him, so I'm looking forward as well to seeing that. What do you guys think about him?
Yeah, he's more of a defensive defenseman. He's not going to put up a bunch of goals, but he's still very, very useful. I mean, what is he, like 6'3", 200 pounds? Like,
yeah,
if we waived Mete because he was too short, or all that, and then we get Merrill, that kind of works. If that's what Bergie would want to do, that works. Like, he's a big dude. And he can play. Like, he's not bad or anything. He was honestly one of Detroit's best defensemen this year. And I mean, that doesn't say much because it's Detroit. But no, I think he'll fit in well. I don't really know where he would fit, but we talked about yesterday, Dekes. Like, I asked you the question: where does Kulak fit in the lineup? Like, Duchamp has a lot of thinking to do with Richardson. Like, where do they slot in the D-men, and is Bergie gonna get another one too? Like, there's still a bunch of defensemen out there that could get snagged up. So I don't know. I'm thinking maybe we go after another D.
Yeah, like Oleksiak still on the board from Dallas. We got Zadorov. Zadorov, 25 years old, 1 goal, 7 assists. His cap hit is pretty high though, $3.2 million, and he's an RFA. But I'm trying to look at UFAs on D. Shayne and Annik that we could look at adding. But I mean, the cap hits are pretty high. Goligoski from Arizona, like 5.4, pretty high.
We've
right
got what we
defenseman.
We spared Gallagher's 3.75, I think, or 3.5.
3.75. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Okay, so we've got that. And I'm just seeing here right now, you guys, that the Devils are trading Dmitry Kulikov to the Oilers for a conditional 2022 draft pick. So
does it say which round?
Oh, nice.
For a conditional draft pick.
Oh.
So we've got that on the board.
Win.
Well, speaking of the board, I'll try and get
I'll
try and get the
pull it up for sure.
Trade
center board.
Yeah, I should have it any second here. The Montreal Canadiens, of course, releasing a thank you to Victor Mete as well, just for his time. And I really hope the best for him. So,
no, he's such a great kid too. I mean, took him a while to get his first for the Habs as well. So he's been part of the family for a little bit. So it's things to see him leave just like that. He was practicing with the team earlier today too. So, I mean, it is what it is. You can't change it. I've seen a lot of comments as well, you guys saying that instead of putting him on waivers, why didn't we just go ahead and trade him? What do you guys think about that?
I think it was the writing was on the wall when we got our new guy yesterday. Why is his name escaping me? I'm having a brain cramp here. Merrill, thank you. Jeez. John Merrill. Yeah, no, I've been running around the last 48 hours just trying to do live shows, trying to live normal life. But with Merrill coming in yesterday, the writing was on the wall that when they put Mete on waivers, they were trying to do that so they could they could try to move on from him. That was the most obvious thing to me, is that was the easiest way for them to make room for Merrill too, was by moving Mete onto waivers and then hopefully having him get claimed. So a trade I don't think really would have worked, because we would have had to give up something else, that we would have had to lose a draft pick that we wouldn't have wanted to lose. So I'm going to bring up the trade bait board, guys. So I don't know if it's easy for you guys to see on that side over there.
Yeah.
And in fact, I'd like to try to scroll up and down if I can. Is this working here? Am I scrolling?
Yep.
Yeah,
Okay, good. So at the very top, Matthias Janmark from Chicago, left wing. You guys can take your pick here if names jump out at you to see who you guys might want to target.
I actually have one that's not.
Sorry, go ahead.
On the I actually have one who's not on the board. That is like, do we give him a shot? Is Nolan Patrick from the Philadelphia Flyers, former second overall pick. I've heard things about him, maybe like going to LA or something like that. Do we give him a shot? Like, former Dale Weiss teammate, and those two got along pretty well. But do you guys think it's worth giving him a shot, even though he's been, pretty unhealthy, I guess, with the migraines and such?
I mean, what's his salary right now? What is he at?
I think he's still on the rookie contract. Let me check.
He's still in his 3-year entry, I think.
Yeah. So, like, cap-wise, it wouldn't be too bad.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to stay in tune over here. But
yeah, me too. I've had both both open. Shane, I have Justin here asking, what position does he hold? Can you confirm?
Nolan Patrick?
Yeah.
He's a forward. Not sure if he plays which wing. Let me check that out. But like, potential wise, like, Nolan Patrick has been so unlucky with the health issues that he's had, which hasn't really allowed him to really like blossom and become the second overall pick that he was supposed to be. And I mean, Philadelphia isn't doing too hot either. So like, they've had trouble. They've had trouble developing guys like him. I wonder if like a change of scenery could be beneficial for him, and if the Habs could be a good destination. Like, he's a big dude too, so it's not like you're getting a small little forward. No, he's huge, and he can score. I don't remember if you guys remember, but like, I remember vividly when he scored a goal against us, and it was dirty as hell. Like, I think it was like between the legs or something. I got to look it up, but it just, every time I think of Nolan Patrick, that goal pops into my mind.
That's the goal that comes to mind.
Yeah, the potential he has is insane. So I don't know if it's worth trying that out.
I guess I guess we're going to keep coming back to if the price is right. I mean,
yeah.
What do we have to lose right now? I feel like it's a repetition every year. What do we have to lose? What do we have to lose? But if he can play it, if he's a big guy, and if he can do it, why not? I also see, Drew, that you pulled up at number 13 here. We have Michael Del Zotto. Columbus was seriously looking at moving him earlier today. So I don't know if it dropped or if it's still in talk.
Well, I see you're right. 13th here. I see it. I'll even see if I can highlight it. No, I can't. But yeah, his cap hit's only $700K. 30 years old. What else we got here? In terms of stats, I'm just looking at his points too, but 4 goals, 10 assists. Am I reading that right? I think so. But anyway, those aren't too bad of stats. Because is he a puck moving defenseman? Like, I'm not going to try to hide my ignorance on some of these players, because I know that Montreal fans and a lot of folks would agree that we still kind of need that left, puck moving defenseman. Just makes me miss Andrei Markov all over again.
Oh my God, I know. That's been one of the main tweets that I've seen today is, can we get Marky back? I mean, I wish. I wish he would have gotten his 1000th game too. He was so close. What a guy!
I know. My Markov jersey is somewhere near here. I wear it most of the time on our post-game shows. But what do we think about Raquel? Well, let me look him up. Actually, let me see if he's on the board. Yeah.
I heard that the Ducks would want like a first and a prospect for him. So that's a bit too much in my taste. I don't know. He's good. Like, you can't deny that. He'd be a great fit, but the price is a bit too high. If Bergie can bring it down to like a second and a mid-range prospect maybe, and like another player, I'd be down for that. But a first and a good prospect, I don't know.
I agree with this comment right here. We need someone to put the puck in the net. And I think that's really why, like, just based on what Toronto did and the fact that Winnipeg already top heavy, Edmonton, might add something else. They just did like a few minutes ago, but excuse me. I think, like, how do you not make a serious play for Mike Hoffman? You almost feel like your hand is forced at this point with Gallagher being out, with Cole Caulfield waiting in the wings. We can't rely on that to be our scoring, going into, I mean, as much as I haven't shut up about the kid the last several days, I mean, like, we need scoring. Like, we need someone, like, put it this way. If Mike, here, I'm going to suggest this because I want to talk about Mike Hoffman again as we continue on here. And what I'm thinking is, if there's locker room issues with this guy, I mean, you're coming into a locker room with Shea Weber, Carey Price, Corey Perry, Eric Stahl, Edmondson, guys that are leaders that have won Stanley Cups. Like, if there's really a problem, they're going to fix it hopefully pretty darn quickly, right? But then if somehow the chemistry doesn't work out with him, then you're stuck with him till the end of the season, right? So I don't know. I mean, like, I really hope that if we do grab him, I mean, maybe it would work, and maybe Hoffman will work in Montreal for the fact that we got a good locker room that hopefully won't let things get out of control.
Oh, for sure. And I think, sorry, Shane, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I was just gonna say, like, we have the centers to let him perform. Like, you put him with Suzuki, you put him with KK, even Dano, he's gonna perform. Like, those guys are able to fuel natural scorers like him. So, and I'm all for Hoffman. Yeah, if the price is right.
Yeah, of course.
That's very important.
I'm also going to make the point of, I know we're saying we need scoring. We have scoring. We have guys like Toffoli, Anderson, who've been playing amazing all season. Thank God for those acquisitions, because if we didn't have them, I mean, it'd be pretty pathetic at this point. We have Gallagher, unfortunately, who's injured, but can still put the puck behind the net. We have the roster to do good things. So why isn't it? I mean, we saw against Winnipeg the other night where the whole team was just absolutely flat. So what's it going to take? Is it, okay, yeah, Gally's out, but if you're revolving everything around one single player being out, it says a lot about the team too, right? So, I mean, yeah, let's get a guy who can put pucks in the net, but we also need to focus on some defense right now because it's absolutely lacking this year. I don't know what's going on, but there's good games, there's bad games, there's just inconsistency, right?
I agree.
So do you go for a power D or anything like that, and then bring up Paling in the lineup, who's been doing well in Laval? Do you just make a roster move like that? There's different things you can do.
Yeah, I would not want to be Marc Bergevin right now. I would not want to be Marc Bergevin right now, because, like, I mean, his job is on the line too. Like, I think Aaron just mentioned that in group chat, but like, he needs to do something right now, or else he could be gone next year. Like, the expectations are high. We have a good team, and he has the resources to do a big move today. I don't know if he will, but I think Jeff Molson is expecting him to. So I would not want to be him right now.
I want to address Jeff's comment here. Like, we haven't been to score for a decade, but Jeff, if you've taken a look at the games at the beginning of the season, it was all at least 5 to 6 goals every game. The scoring was there at the beginning of the season, right?
Yeah.
So it's not like we're not capable of doing it. It's just we've, again, hit a flat mark in the middle of the season. It just goes downhill. I don't know what's going on, but
yeah, it's hard to pin where it started feeling. That's made it plummet. It just gradually kind of started falling down. But man, the thing is, these were way up.
Shane, your Wi-Fi's cutting out a little bit there.
We're going to ask you to repeat that.
Please.
I got 3 bars. Is this better?
Yeah, we unfortunately heard about like 3 words, so I'm going to have to ask you to repeat what you just said.
Yeah, I mean, man, I don't even remember what I said, but no, I think, like, the what's weird is, like Annik, you mentioned, we gradually started falling down. Like there was a one point in the season where everything just went to shit. It just gradually started going down. But if we can get back to what we were doing at the beginning of the season, like I'm not in the locker room. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what made them perform so well. But whatever it was, they got to go back to that. Go back to, maybe they got to get the Claude Julien back or something. I don't know.
Reswap. Yeah. I saw also a comment here. I don't know if I can pull it back up where it is. But somebody was asking. Oh, here you go. David here was mentioning, he's wondering if Bouchard's going to get, I mean, we've been talking about it for a few years as well. Like the Bouchard effect in Laval has been great for the young players. So I personally think Duchamp's been doing a great job since coming up and getting the head coach position. But could that be a factor as well?
He's working with what he's got, right? I mean, that's the thing
Sure.
about Dom. It's like, first time NHL coach, injuries right before the trade deadline, trying to bring in a whole new system. It's 4 games a week right now. Like any coach is going to have a challenge with that. So, I mean, I don't know. Was it Guy Boucher, or was that what we were just chatting about? Possibly coming to Montreal as a coach, or did I hear that completely wrong?
We said Bouchard, but Guy Boucher was also trending
Bouchard,
this week as well for that. So
okay, sorry,
great timing.
Yeah, okay, they sound so similar. I was just, oh my gosh, multitasking is not always my strong suit. I'm not going to lie to you guys. We do have some comments from former teammate of John Merrill, Thomas Tatar. So they played together in Detroit. So this is just from not even an hour ago, I think, from the post-practice press conference. And Tatar says that John is a big guy. He has a great reach. He's very good defensively. I think that's what stats show too. He played in Detroit and came out of there with plus stats, which I mentioned yesterday as well. So it's just showing his ability to defend. He's a great guy. So I love that I get to see him again. And then Tatar also on the Canadiens' potential. So we're just talking about this right now, guys. And this is what Tatar had to say. So we hit a little bump. I think good teams find a way to dig themselves out as fast as possible. It's our time to do that. Every team is going through struggles during the season, and we can probably say this is ours. We just have to get better and do what we're good at. I see a lot of potential in our team. We made some great additions during the offseason, and that created a lot of depth. So different guys can step in at different times of the season. We're in a solid spot. We're in a playoff spot. So we just have to get back in it and peak at the right time. That's Thomas Tatar just this morning after the Canadiens practice. So, yeah, I mean, at least, if he's positive, that's a good sign. And I think you have to be anyway, no matter what player you are.
Yeah, you don't have a choice.
Yeah, so some good thoughts coming from Tuna.
Oh, for sure. And, I mean, we've mentioned also, it's been mentioned, I should say, Tuna's name as well. Do you move him? Do you keep him? Is he replaceable? That's another one that you have to think about. Yeah,
like that's why, Taylor Hall crossed my mind, and I'm like, well, the cap hit is way higher on him, but that's long gone anyway. So
yeah,
Tatar being a UFA though, it does at least it is a good question to at least consider what the future is with him, but we certainly can't lose scoring at this point, and we're going to need him down the stretch here. So I definitely think that we hang on to him for this season unless some insane trade comes about that Bergevin can't refuse, but we can't trade away more scoring when we desperately need it right now.
No, for sure.
That's a great point.
Sure.
That's a great point.
Dale Weiss, this is a good question. Sorry, Dale Weiss isn't coming on ? So Alex, we are trying to get Dale on. So in terms of the thumbnail, we're not trying to deceive you guys. Dale was planning to be on with us live here at 12 to react to the trades that have already gone down since last night and today. But Dale's experiencing some technical issues with his Wi-Fi. There was a storm in Winnipeg, just so happened that it was today. And we're going to try to get Dale on for some reaction at some point. And we mentioned this off the top of the show. So we're definitely going to try to get him on. If not now, later on, we have another live stream at 3 o'clock where worst case scenario, we'll try to get Dale on, around 3 o'clock. If he can make it on, we'll try to get him on a FaceTime. We'll try to get him on something, but just kind of Murphy's Law happened today. the worst that can happen did happen. And sure enough, it was on trade deadline day. So we're hoping that Weiser can jump on soon.
But just to make one on that too quickly, he was fairly upset that he could be joining. He was looking forward to this and chatting with everybody. So, I mean, not his fault. We absolutely forgive him. Shit happens, as we say. So, like you said, hopefully we can get him on either in the comments or by text or FaceTime or anything. Will be great. If not, well, he's with us in thoughts.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Trying to look here if we have. So Andy Strickland here says that Montreal was a team along with Nashville who had significant interest in Mike Hoffman prior to signing in St. Louis. Again, they get the sense that the St. Louis Blues will be keeping him, but never say never. So Hoffman might not be available after all. Who knows? But that's the latest.
That's a good update, Annik. That's a good update. And you know what kind of bothers me about this too is like, why do we have to rely on signing a guy like him right now or trading for a guy like him right now? You know what I mean? Like we have enough talent on this team. Yeah. And I know that a lot of people are after Drouin right now and all that kind of thing. And it's been like 30 games. He's only had a goal or two in 30 games. And it's just like, the potential's there. So it's just frustrating, I guess, where the team is at in terms of just not being able to hit the back of the net because we know that they can. And the fact that we're reaching for goal scoring right now, I think Cole Caulfield's coming. I really do. I know I'll talk about it when it makes sense, but honestly, I think that he's probably going to be here very soon. That's what I think.
I mean, I'm not opposed to it, but as we've been discussing in the past few days is, do you really want to rush his development just to bring him on temporary for the end of the year? Like jumping from the NCAA to the AHL to the NHL within, a few weeks?
Yeah.
Do you want to mess with his development, or do you want to bring up a guy like Poehling and see what that does? And there's so many options. I mean, personally, what I wouldn't do to get Caulfield in a Habs uniform right now, obviously it's the ultimate dream. Everybody wants to see it. It's the goal for now. No pun intended again, but Papa Smurf.
There he is.
Hey guys, sorry for bulging in like this. I apologize. I hit the wrong button. I was trying to get to the green room. So,
that's okay, man.
Sorry, very quickly. I just wanted to add into what Drew was saying, and there's enough talent on the Montreal Canadiens. When people sit there and they say they're not a talented team, just remember at the beginning of the season, on paper, everybody was talking about how talented this team is. What has changed? Nothing. So they had a bad game here and there. Big deal. These are some of the most talented individuals and talented athletes that are playing in the NHL. People pick them to finish first in the North. Like for the first 2 months, for the first 2-3 weeks, everybody was saying Montreal. I can't believe they're going to be number one. It's going to be between Montreal and Toronto. Nothing has changed. So what has changed? Seriously, like Drew, you said it best. They are so talented. You're going to add a couple of depth individuals that are going to come in. I think the one thing that Bergevin is going to do is definitely leadership. It seems like he's bringing in a lot of good leadership right now on the team. And hey, listen, you know what? As Annik said, there's Hoffman. There is a couple of other folks that are coming in that I think could be really good for the team if that trigger is pulled. I would say this is. Oh, sorry about that. I would say this is the year that Bergevin needs to make or do something. This is pretty much his year.
This is the make it or break it year for sure.
Absolutely. And you know what? He's got a great team. So, when people are saying we need to get goals in the net, yeah, of course. But the talent on that team, Toffoli, Anderson, Drouin, Suzuki, Keke, like they are a talented team. And on the back end, they are talented too. So you know what? If they can add a couple of pieces here and there, I think it'd be great.
For sure.
I think right now a puck moving defenseman would be phenomenal. You take a little bit, playing minutes away, you start evening them out on the back end. I was really saddened to see about Mete, but you know what? As Dale said, Mete is a highly skilled individual, good kid. and it's really good that he's gonna be having a great opportunity, especially in Ottawa. I think that Ottawa team. If you're a Sens fan, wow, you're gonna love Ottawa because they are stacked. And now with Mete, I described Mete, and I was talking to George Larocque the other day, and we're talking about Mete, and Mete he's the new version of what the NHL puck-moving defenseman is going to be. And it took me a while for that to sink in, but we think historically of puck-moving defenseman being, let's say a PK Subban, let's say a few other guys that we know that really can move the puck, right? But Mete, he moves the puck, he walks the line, he's a fast skater. That's the new version of what a puck-moving defenseman is going to be in the NHL. So that's a great opportunity for him. Really excited for him as an individual. It's not that far away from Montreal, and so that's good. Happy for him, on that side. From my sources, from the media in Montreal, as well as a few other individuals, there is a move that Montreal is going to make today. I can't get into any of that. I'm sworn to secrecy on it, but there is a move. No, there is something coming. There is something coming. That's all I can tell you. There is something coming. If Bergevin does not do anything, that would be the shock to a lot of people. There is something coming. We've talked about it on a couple of other shows as well.
So my question to you, Aaron, is if you're sworn to secrecy for everybody else, are you sworn to secrecy for your own team? And can you comment in the chat, please?
I am really sworn to secrecy. Actually, I asked Dale. I asked Dale. We were talking about last night, and he was surprised to know that I'm friends with the general manager in the National Hockey League. You would never guess the team at all, never. And I am friends with this individual. We connected years ago at a television conference, and he mentioned something to me about the trade deadline, and I told it to Dale, and I said, "Should we say something?" And Dale's like, "No."
Nope.
No, he was just being honest with me. He's like, no. He's like, what's the point? We've already talked about it, and he doesn't want to be one of those insider breaker guys that gets into that. And that's why I respect the guy. I love the guy, right? There's no point.
For sure.
You know what I mean? But I'll let you know one thing that, another general manager did mention something to me about Montreal. I'm not going to say what it was, but so for folks that want something to happen, stay tuned. Stay tuned.
Aaron, I'm just going to interrupt you for a second.
Go ahead.
Pierre Lebrun just tweeted that the Sharks have traded Frederick Claesson to Tampa Bay for goalie prospect Magnus Krona. So not sure if you're familiar with any of the names here, but this is the latest trade that we have per Pierre Lebrun.
I am going to claim ignorance personally.
Yeah, me too.
No clue.
100%.
No clue who that is.
Not going to lie, guys. This is Habs tonight. I do not know players around the entire
Just like
NHL.
crushing cans, we are not stats people.
We are not stats people.
The typical Aaron Amadeus thing. Seems like a depth move for the organization.
Yeah, Aaron's nothing. By the way, insider, good job by keeping it tight to the chest. That's hard to hold on to, man. Information on trade deadline is just like currency, man. So,
for sure.
Yeah. All I can say is this: is that I would be highly, highly surprised if Montreal didn't make a move. And this is the year where, you're going to have to look at it from a few different points of view. Montreal has the probably best opportunity to get out of the North Division, head into a conference final this year. A lot of things have to go their way, but you know what? Like as Dale said, and I say, they have such a talented team. Even if you don't trade anything, they are so talented, that team. You know what? They're going to click. Once they click, you saw it at the beginning of the year. Wow, Montreal's a very talented team. Now, mind you, what do they do in the meantime? They brought in Eric Stahl. Eric Stahl solidifies a second, third line, even fourth line position in the center. He also solidifies a wing position. He opens it up for some of the other guys on the team as well. He provides insulation if you want to bring Cole Caulfield up and you want to protect Cole, and you say, hey, don't worry, I'm here. Get me the puck. I'll get you the puck. You do your thing. That's another guy you put into that position.
Sure.
There's all these smart things that you can do. They've got a really good leadership. There was always that rumor going on that was Ryan Getzlaf. CBC and Rogers Sportsnet and CBC talked about, if Getzlaf was open. Seems to be the 2010 Olympic team here. But remember that
what year are we?
But that 2010 Olympic team won gold. Okay, so
yeah,
at the end of the day, those guys know how to win. So I will say this before I leave you, because I know you guys are doing an amazing job and much better than I could do in this situation. I will.
You're good too.
No, I'm horrendous. I'm like cat litter. I'm good.
You got breaking trades that you can't share with us. Like, come on, that means something.
Clearly better than us at some point.
I didn't say they were trades. I didn't say they were trades.
I know.
I said that a GM mentioned Montreal by name with something else. Like I said, I respect the L too much to even talk about it, and there's no point. But you know what?
Killing me.
There is talk. There is but anybody can say there is talk with the team, right? So, I'm just calming Montreal Canadiens fans right now, saying the team on paper right now at the beginning of the season, everyone said, "Wow, this team is going to contend." The first 3 or 4 weeks, everybody said, "Wow, this team is going to contend." Okay, the only thing that you have to realize right now is who in the division has gotten better. Toronto has gotten a lot better, and good for them. I mean, good for them. They've been bold. They're making some bold moves. Like, you got to give respect to a team like that. Like, they're making some bold moves. So does Montreal step back and say, you know what, we're going to make an addition to match what Toronto has done, or are we going to take a step up and do something that Toronto hasn't done, right? So
yeah, for sure.
Remember, Toronto still needs to bring someone in on the back end. The Leafs need someone on the back end. I was very surprised that in that last trade that Toronto didn't solidify their top four. They need someone on the back end, and that would be a dangerous Leafs team. And I think as a Leafs, I'm a Habs fan first and foremost, but I respect Toronto. I respect what they're doing. The talent on that team is phenomenal. I mean, Dale and I talk all the time about, even watching the Habs. And like I said, what is it like being on the ice with Shea Weber? Like, that dude is just like amazing. And then Drouin and all these people, they're amazing. Like, how do you share the ice with such talented individuals, right? So I'm just going to say, I believe something will happen. It's so early on right now. It's 12:50. You got a couple of hours, and if anybody historically knows, it'd be really great to see a graph where usually what time Bergevin does these trades. But this year, because of COVID, guarantee you what he's doing is he's probably said to a few GMs, "Here's my offer for this, for this, for this. What do we do?" And remember, Montreal has a first-round draft pick, and Shane made a great point the other week where he said, hey, you know what, the draft coming up this year is not one that is highly sought after, so to speak. I mean, and I'm not saying any of the players aren't skilled, but it's not one that there's a lot of ups and some weird valleys in this situation because of COVID, right? So so this is the year that I believe Montreal will do something with their first round. They've got 12 picks in the upcoming draft.
Something like that.
Yeah, they have a ton. I say that first round pick is going to be, if it's going to be used, it's going to be used in some sort of salary recapture. You take this, help us out with this, so it all fits under the the umbrella of a salary cap.
For Foligno.
Pardon me?
Like they did for Foligno with San Jose retaining salary.
Yeah,
absolutely. And you know what, man? I was when that Foligno trade came in, I was being a Habs fan. I was like, oh. But as someone who lives in Toronto, I was happy for this for the Leafs. Good for them. You know what?
They're going for it 1,000%.
Yeah, I was going to say, you take a look at it, and I personally despise Toronto with all my might, but you got to take a look at it with the hockey perspective. Like you're saying, they're building a heck of a team. They're exciting to watch. They're giving their 100% every single night. So of course they're going to go 100% this year. They have to. They haven't done anything past the first round in how many years? So of course they're going to give a huge push. I mean, if you weren't jealous as a Habs fan, something's wrong with you, obviously, because that's what you wish your team would do. But like you're saying, let's make a push. Let's see what happens, right?
Yeah, and I was also told to watch out for Pittsburgh and watch out for the Islanders, that those two teams are still in the play for something. I don't know what, but...
Did we let Alyssa know about this? Is she okay?
Is she breathing right?
I haven't heard from her in a while.
She's probably fast asleep. So
Oh, for sure. She was talking.
with all those
She was up all night.
With all those subscribers she has, she is spending countless of hours doing videos all night, and good for her, right? So that's what you got to
for
do.
sure.
You got to, as John Cena would say, hustle, loyalty, respect. You can't see me. But no, listen, everyone here is doing a phenomenal job. Keep it up. Keep checking in on some of the stuff that's coming out. There's a lot of there's some other rumblings that are going to be coming out. I would say it's close to 1, probably around 1:30 to 1:45. You're going to start seeing what's going on with Montreal. There will definitely be something.
Yeah,
We'll hold you to it.
we'll hold you to it. And also, Aaron, we hope we don't know for sure, but we know that Dale wants to try to get on today if his Wi-Fi gets back working soon. So we're going to put that up here. That hopefully Weiser can jump on, because fans would definitely love to hear his reaction to some of the trades that are taking place.
Oh, absolutely. And for those who don't know, he's stuck in there's a huge storm where he lives right now. So power's down, it's so I hope the dude's safe, right? So he's
we even tried to get him just even on his data and such, and he doesn't even have one bar. We haven't heard from him in a few hours actually. So it's not on purpose, that's for sure. And we hope that it comes back at least soon so we can get a bit of info out of him. But hey, it happens.
I'm having a good debate with Crushing Can's very own Derek Weiss, and we're talking about who to give up and stuff like that. So that's really fun. So he's crushing those cans on the on our group chat, which is a lot of fun. Anyways,
maybe we'll get.
I don't want to. Sorry.
I was going to say maybe we'll get Derek on and just change the name for Dale and pretend that it's Dale. Could work, right?
Dale looks kind of different now. It'd be like, yeah, you got the better Weiss. No. Maybe I keep saying we'll get Barb Weiss on.
Come on, Barb.
Barb has been pretty spot on with everything. I'm going to give her that. Yes. Mrs. Weiss, come on.
She knows everything. She's I think move over Pierre LeBrun. It's Barb Weiss on.
She called Taylor Hall to Boston.
I know. She's amazing.
Come on.
And then Brendan called Foligno to the Leafs as well.
Wow.
Yeah.
Team's been on fire.
Intelligent team and very intelligent. It'd be really cool to see on the comments exactly what's going on, who thinks who's coming. Montreal's definitely in play just because Bergevin is one of those fellas that keeps everything so close to the chest. You're going to start hearing things pretty soon. And like I said, you know what? Worst case scenario, if nothing happens, remember what happened a couple of months ago. Everybody said Montreal on paper is the best team. Look how good and great they played. They're a very talented team. Chill. They're going to do just great. I'm excited for them to bounce Toronto out of the first round. That'd be a lot of fun.
You heard it here first.
Yeah. I live
in the words of the wise Carey Price, relax, chill. There's still a lot of time left, and anything can happen in the playoffs, right?
It's great.
This year, I think we're going to get in. So, I mean, last couple of years, we were a fringe playoff team, and I think we have a better team now than we did back, when Domi was on the team. And, I think we're better now than we were then. So I don't see how we don't give whoever we're playing in the first round a hard time. So,
I miss Domi. I miss that fire and passion.
Me too.
I know.
To me, I'm like Dale. I love playing with certain people and guys that are just they have so much passion. You can see how excited they are when they put that jersey on.
Domi's got short. Cool he got shortchanged not getting enough chance to play in the playoffs with the Canadiens, especially in 2019. So
sometimes things work, sometimes they don't. Domi is just I wish him nothing but the best. Those players are so much fun to watch, right? So it will be fun. So let's just see what happens. We got 2 hours left. We'll see what happens. It's going to be a lot of fun, right? Montreal's got a lot of games coming up, so it's going to be really interesting right now, especially with Price, especially what's going on with splitting up kind of that workload management with Primo, with Jake Allen, and what's going to happen there. But just all I'll say to everybody.
Excited. Yes, I'm excited to see Primo and to see what he can bring to the team too. I mean, he's been solid in Laval, so excited to see what he's going to bring to the team.
Be so excited. The Laval Rocket, they look amazing. Cole Caulfield, they're going to solidify him.
Yes.
They're going to protect him. Trust me, you put him beside Cole and imagine him
for sure.
playing beside Cole. Between between playing either with Perry, then playing beside Petrie, then getting up at number 1 minutes with first line center. They are going to have fun with him, and they're going to protect him, and that is going to be a lot of fun to watch. But remember, I don't know. I would be really excited right now if I'm a Habs fan. Don't worry, good things are going to happen. By 3:00, you're going to turn back in. Habs, this channel right here is going to have over 5,000 people watching and going crazy because they can't believe that trade actually happened. Okay, so it's going to be a lot of fun.
We're holding you to that, sir.
Okay,
we're hoping for it. Make sure to log back on whenever it happens.
Absolutely, and let's just make sure once again Dale's okay. There's no issues in where he is. That's the number one thing. Want to make sure that that's the case. Is Murphy's Law. Big storm, watching WrestleMania the other night, big storm there. You want to, something's happened when just don't plan out for it. So hopefully everything is okay there. But like I said, we'll get Derek Weiss from Crushing Cans to make an appearance on the show. It'll be a lot of fun.
Weissy 2.0, nice. If he's available, bring him on. Come
on,
Derek.
Derek, come on, buddy.
Barb has nailed everything. So
or the original Weiss. Yeah,
just get the whole Weiss family on. Let's just go with that.
Let's just call the show The Weisses. Trade Deadline.
The Weisses. Live with the Weisses.
Yes. Well, listen, I will leave everyone. Everyone here is doing amazing. Thank you so much for doing this. And Habs fans, keep it up. We're having a lot of fun.
Thanks for hopping on, Aaron.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Amadeus.
Talk to you later, buddy.
Bye.
I'm also seeing Pierre Lebrun tweeted, all signs point to Matthias Janmark ending up in Vegas. Janmark. Ending up in Vegas. The Blackhawks and the Golden Knights are apparently working on the details and not sure that if both teams can finalize on time. So that's one of the latest news.
Interesting.
Yeah, I just seen it too, Matthias Janmark. Yeah. Man, Vegas is Vegas is going to have another chance to go for a cup this year. They're ridiculous.
Vegas, Colorado's stacked too. I'm excited to see what Colorado's going to do. I mean, they're split in the season, and they just always get the shit out on the stick when it comes to the playoffs. It's a team that has the opportunity and the talent to go so far.
I thought they were going to be more in on Taylor Hall, Colorado than Boston. Mm-hmm. I thought Hall was going to go to Colorado in October, and then he, went to Buffalo out of nowhere. So I don't know, man.
It is what it is.
Yeah, those poor Sabres.
I was going to say, do we want to talk about how basically, I wrote it down here, how Toronto just traded away in 2021. They traded their first, their third, their fourth, and their seventh pick just for this year. And then next year they gave away the third, fourth, and seven as well. Yeah. So just to comment on how the Leafs are going all in, as per what Aaron was saying.
It's win now.
Galchenyuk. Yeah, it's Galchenyuk might lift the Stanley Cup and throw it in our face. Let's not forget that.
Oh no!
This is gonna stick, you guys.
No.
I'm sorry. I'm not trying to declare.
I hadn't thought about that. Thank you.
Gosh, man,
you're giving me
not
nightmares.
excited about that. I know.
No,
I know. I'm just trying to be honest, guys.
Oh well, good job.
My gosh, son of a stressing out.
Yeah, son of a you can say it. But another big one today too that was done is Jeff Carter going to Pittsburgh. I've seen a lot of comments saying Jeff Carter is still in the NHL. So, which I heard his name too, and actually went like, rude. Okay. Very rude to Jeff Carter. But for a conditional 22nd, third round pick and a conditional fourth round pick in 2023. So, and the conditions I believe are that Jeff Carter needs to play 50% of the games and Pittsburgh needs to make it to the conference finals. Those were the conditions released.
I'm going to put this up too, Annik, because he raised a good point. Can you ever count out the Pittsburgh Penguins, man? The freaking Sidney Crosby factor, right? Shayne, you see what you know what I'm talking about. This team always finds a way that Crosby's like a magnet, and he just pulls in whatever players he wants and gives that team a chance to make a cup run every single year, even if last year. When's the last?
The asterisk was last year.
Yeah, the asterisk was last year. That was the exception. And man, I heard Nick Delorier. It didn't go through, I don't think, but Nick Delorier, former Montreal Canadien, was rumored to be going to Pittsburgh from Anaheim.
Yeah, that's true.
but then it never
I thought
really
that went through. I guess not.
I didn't really see the confirmation from Elliot Friedman, so I don't know. It wasn't official the last that I heard, and then like you know, Foligno and Taylor Hall happened, so it was like, oh, it just everyone forgot about it. So you know, like geez, like so yeah, the Pittsburgh
we
Penguins.
bring up Steven brings up an interesting point here.
Oh boy, is Alyssa watching?
And looks like we have producer James.
We have another guest coming on to the Habs Tonight show.
How's it going, producer James?
What's going on? Did we get you on too early? Are you still setting up over there? Or are you good?
I'm not even coming on. I'm looking like a hobo here. I'm actually just going to say Dale's actually making his way to the show.
Oh, he is?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with my colors here. That's weird. Yeah, so he's on his way. So just big announcement. You're supposed to be here. Yeah.
The reason why you're so purple is you're still activated from the Hockey Fights Cancer Night. Let's go with that.
I guess so. I have no idea what happened to my camera. It's weird. Yeah, so Dale's coming, and we'll break down his perspectives on some of these trades. Very exciting. Curious to see in the next 2 hours. The Habs try to play catch up with the Leafs. I don't know if
some big catching up to do if that's what we're trying to do. Got some big shoes to fill.
Exactly. So no, you guys are doing awesome though. It's great to see the energy and interaction here on Habs Tonight during the day. It's not just a nighttime program. So and just let me say, if you love this stuff, subscribe, because I know you're reminding people, but man, it's I can't
put it at the bottom. There you go.
There you go.
Finally.
Yeah, and another feature that we just launched on the YouTube page actually was our community, I guess, hub or it's almost like a Twitter feed, right? So we're putting polls up there on YouTube now, and you'll also see, Annik, I'm going to put some of your art up on there. And any other musings or thoughts that we want to share, it's a great place to just get more information about the Habs Tonight channel and to check out some of the stuff. I'll even post today, you'll like this, Annik and Drew, I'll even post our, let's call it our artistic interpretation of what today's thumb was supposed to be for the show. So,
okay.
We have a creative process that we run on Habs Tonight. I want to share that.
Oh, definitely.
Behind the scenes imagery. I'll put it up as soon as I get off, which will be very shortly. And I'd rather have Dale on here than myself. So just a heads up on that. So that's all I got to add. I got no trader insight. I'm not breaking a trade. I know nothing.
You're not teasing us?
For this. My camera's not even on right. So
well, that's okay. At least you gave us a heads up for Weezy. So
yeah,
can't wait to have him on.
Is his Wi-Fi fixed? Is that what was being sorted out?
That's what I've been told. Yes.
Okay. Good news.
Breaking news.
Breaking news. Yeah. Dale will actually come on. This wasn't a bait and switch, folks. Not that our team isn't amazing.
No, we've let our viewers know that Dale was supposed to come on with us live at 12 and had some tech issues. So, once he jumps on, we'll definitely get some good chatter going with Weiser for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
Cool. All right. Well, I'm out. I will, again, if you're watching, hit us in the comments. Check us out in the community tab. And a lot of people still haven't watched the Daniel Carcillo interview yet, which is amazing. So just go and do that after trade deadline. Once you decompress from that, go.
Very good interview. Yeah. Very, very good. That was one of the most intelligent interviews I've ever heard in my life. I'm serious. Like, I'm not exaggerating.
Yeah.
Absolutely fantastic. Dan Carcillo, guys, check it out.
Oh, 100%. All right. Well, I'm going to sign off. Awesome job. And
cheers, James.
I'll getting Dale in. Later.
Thanks, producer James.
Oh boy,
love that guy.
I was gonna ask Shane if you watched I'm assuming you watched the Carcillo interview the other day.
Of course, I loved it. Fantastic interview. My mom loved it too. Like she kept rambling on about like how that was our best one yet. It was really good.
He just gave, I was aware of everything going on with Dan. Obviously, I've been following him thoroughly on social media for the past couple of years, but just hearing him sit down and going into depth of what's been going on with him and how it's been affecting him was just so emotionally heavy to hear that I've never seen even the whole crew or even the comments being so quiet and just listening to the man talk is absolutely unbelievable. And I can't wait to have him back on the show to talk part 2 of where he's at. He's got 3 more months left to have his 24-month goal for his scans.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting to see. Can't wait to have him back on.
And he gave us like a whole different perspective on him. Like when I was watching him play hockey, I thought, he's this goon that just cheap shots people and keeps fighting, and that's all he does. But wow, what like completely different guy. When you listen to him, he's so smart. He's been through so much.
Yeah.
Like you just got to feel for him. And man, that was a great interview. I agree. Looking forward to the next one. We got to bring him back.
For sure. A lot of guests that we'll have back, including Presty. I know Presty was pretty happy on coming for a part 2.
He was a riot. He was
He's going to be able
man.
to at least talk with fans, which is great. And I just want to bring up the Joe comment here. The delay for Dale is actually because he's in talks with Marc right now. So I guess, could that be the secret? Dale Louise coming back to Montreal? Oh.
It worked in the playoffs.
Only.
It worked in the bubble. The Dale Weiss effect in the bubble, man. We smoked the
Penguins. He's a
Penguins.
playoff guy.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? Oh my gosh, I'll lose my mind. That'd be awesome.
I'm gonna lose my absolute mind for sure. I mean, that'd be amazing, but
straight up. Okay, so we have an update. We have another update, guys. Sorry.
Yeah, go.
So we see James said he screwed up, so he apologized. So Dale Weiss is going to be on the show live at 3 p.m. today. So he apologized. Producer James said sorry to our viewers. So Dale Weiss will be joining the Habs Tonight show, the Trade Deadline show at 3 p.m. We have another stream already set up, ready to go, which is good news, really, because we can get Dale's insights after the deadline closes. So to be honest, that's not a bad thing. Dale Weiss will be joining us live at 3 o'clock on our YouTube channel here. So be sure not to miss that. Now, we realized that the thumbnail today may have appeared deceiving, but that was certainly not the intention whatsoever. Dale did very much plan on to be on with us at 12 o'clock, but a winter storm happened in Winnipeg, and it was out of his control, obviously. So he apologized for that. Sure. And but Weesey will be on at 3 o'clock. So tell your friends to join in with us live at 3 p.m. Post trade deadline. Weesey will be joining us. So I want to bring this up too, because believe it or not, guys, we do have a game tonight. There's actually a hockey game this evening.
That's what I tweeted earlier. I'm like, don't forget, with all the action.
Yeah. So there's even more. I think it was Annik and I, or no, was it Alyssa? No, Steffi and I were talking about all the lineup changes that Dom Ducharme is forced to make because of the injuries and just putting the lines in a blender again. So here I'm going to bring up the lineup at the practice just to show you guys what Dom Ducharme was looking at here. So we got Kulak and Weber, which is really interesting, bringing Kulak up on the top pair. So Shayne, that kind of answers your question, at least right now, about what they're going to do with Kulak. Edmondson back with Petrie, which is good news for Jeff Petrie, because he's been having a bit of a tough time lately, and certainly we need Petrie back to the Norris form that he's been in.
Jeff Norris Petrie.
Yes, exactly. And then Romanov with Leskinen, Tatar Deneau, and Paul Byron getting a huge promotion to the first line. Now, I don't know that these lines are solidified for sure for tonight, but this is what they were going with at practice yesterday. I'm not sure about this morning. This was actually from yesterday from John Liu, I believe. So Toffoli, Suzuki, Evans getting up. I mean, there's no real order to these lines, I should say, guys. But this is who they went with. So Toffoli, Suzuki, Evans, Drouin, Kakaniemi, Anderson. I think they tried that one the other night. And then I really like this fourth line, and I hope it sticks. Arturi Lehkonen, Eric Stahl at center, Corey Perry on the right. I think for playoffs, that sounds like a playoff line to me.
I agree. And then the Kulak Weber pairing is what pops up the most for me, because I mean, Kulak was honestly the shining star in the bubble for me. Like, he just exploded. He obviously, he's not like a goal scorer. He's not going to put up 20 goals a year, but what he did in the bubble, I was like, whoa, okay, this guy's really good. Like, he knows what he's doing. He created so much space. He's moving the puck. He's doing all these things right. Defensively, he was nice. So hopefully, being on the first pairing with Weber, it pushes him back to that playoff, the bubble Kulak, I guess. I don't know. He kind of took a step down this season. I don't know what's going on, but I really hope he bounces back with Weber, because in the bubble, he was insane.
Oh yeah. I think that was probably Brett Kulak's best hockey was in the bubble.
In the bubble.
So,
100%.
Yeah,
100%.
him and then you saw Drew and Suzuki step up huge. Like that was just the
KK.
bubble. KK, oh yeah, big time with just throwing his weight around like Romanov or something.
But I mean, like even if you
yeah.
take a look at the past couple of weeks, I still find KK's been playing with a lot more confidence. He's been using his body, he's been skating, he's been doing so much. So I'm pretty happy with how he's been playing lately. So I'm excited to see how he's going to do again with Drew and Anderson. It's going to be interesting to see. I think they tried it third period last game, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep, they've tried this one on already. They've also tried KK with Drouin and Toffoli. So they've definitely thrown these lines in a blender. This is the biggest mix-up I've seen all season, actually.
That's basically what he did throughout the last game, though, is he just threw him in a hat, pick 3 out, and go on the ice.
Yeah.
Which
That's
I'm kind of
pretty much
okay with it, because if you bring back games to when Julien was on, you never see line changes throughout the game. It would just always stick to the same thing. Nothing was changes. So change it up, see what happens, and if something works, go for it. Right?
Yeah, 100%. And I really love the look of that fourth line, Stahl, Lehkonen, Perry. That's where they would be their natural. That's the most natural looking line, I feel.
It's a killer fourth line.
Yeah, like here's the other thing too, guys, is that no word on Yoel Armia yet. So I don't know that Evans would stay with Suzuki and Toffoli. I think they would probably like to see Armia on that line.
Yeah.
So I'm not really sure. Like this is as of yesterday, but nothing new today that we know of yet for lineup changes, other than Jake Allen is likely getting the start tonight. That's what we heard on the Habs website today. So we're not going to stick too much on this because we are on a trade deadline show right now today, but we are going to be talking about a hockey game. And we just mentioned a minute ago, folks, if you're just joining us, that Dale Weiss will be joining the show at 3 p.m. today. We have a separate stream set up for 3 o'clock post trade deadline to break down any and all trades, getting live reaction from a former NHL player, former Montreal Canadian, Dale Weiss. We still don't know if Weiss's career, you never know. I mean, we would love to see him back in the NHL. There's no question about that. But to really get an insight from Dale on what players are going through emotionally, like anxiety wise on a day like today, where you would think anxiety levels would be pretty high for players not knowing what their future holds. And then by 3 o'clock, the weight all comes off their shoulders if they're not moved, or just the whole process of being traded. Dale's been traded a few times. So gonna get some really good insight from Dale hopefully today. Get his feedback as the thumbnail showed today. We want to get his thoughts on the Taylor Hall deal, the Patrick Foligno deal. Did I say that right? Pat Foligno? Yes.
Nick Foligno.
Nick Foligno.
Nick
Oh my
Foligno.
God. I actually know somebody named Patrick Foligno.
Wow.
So that's
a solid
that's
excuse. Let's go with that.
Let's go with that. And then there's also the Jeff Carter deal too. So we can't forget Jeff Carter going to the Pittsburgh Penguins. But no doubt about it. I mean, we're really looking forward to Weissy coming on. We wanted him to come on today, as we mentioned, guys, but circumstantially we just couldn't do it. But that's okay. We're still pressing on here, guys. So
I kind of want to bring up this comment here and see what you guys think about it from Joe, from Jason Pomainville.
Pominville, another Buffalo Sabre who actually had a lot of success in Buffalo.
Yeah.
When Buffalo was still
had a lot of success playing Montreal too.
Yes, he did. A couple of years ago, actually, I went to the home opener in Montreal, Buffalo, and Pominville scored a sweet backhand. That was Drouin's first season on the team, and that was the opening goal. And I just remember, holy cow, like he beat Carey Price pretty solidly with the backhand, and he always had success against the Canadiens, but we somehow still won that game. And then things kind of went off the rails that season, and that's when we moved on from Pacioretty after that. So anyway, that's a sidebar. But we should maybe talk about Bergevin's trade history. I think I had something about that, or I had a caption earlier. So Marc Bergevin's trade history. What sort of, like? Here's the deal. He hasn't had a lot of trade history on deadline day. Okay. So the one that comes to mind for me, the biggest deal that Bergevin's actually made on deadline day was for Thomas Vanek back in 2014.
Yeah.
But of course, not forgetting Dale Weiss. That wasn't on deadline day. But in terms of deadline day itself, it really there hasn't been any blockbuster moves that Bergie's really pulled off. So other than Thomas Vanek, that's probably the one that comes to mind first for me as the most significant that Bergevin's made. Anything come to mind for you guys?
Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong, but did we acquire Petrie on deadline day or like around it?
That is true, Shane.
Okay,
that is true. Yes.
So
Petrie.
No, you're right.
At
Yes.
the time, it wasn't a huge trade because Petrie wasn't getting the minutes in Edmonton. Like he was a bottom defenseman, but turned out to be a pretty good trade, eh?
I mean, every other, I think it was a second and a fifth that was given for Petrie or something like that. It was 2 picks,
Something like
but
that.
I mean, somebody broke down the tree of those picks, and anybody and whoever was involved is not even associated with the NHL anymore. Never made it. So
That's
if you
true.
think about it like that, we've got a Norris contending defenseman playing for us right now who basically
Free.
didn't cost us anything.
Yep.
So I mean,
Yep.
you got to give Bergie that. He's been solid for acquisition like that. It's insane. But as you were saying, Drew, it's been kind of quiet. It's been mostly fourth liners if we're looking at Dwight King.
Yeah.
I don't even remember who else he got that year. I think it was
Martinson.
Dwight King.
Steve Ott. We got
Martinson.
Steve Ott.
Steve Ott, yeah.
Yep.
But I mean, in my defense, I absolutely enjoyed having Steve Ott on
Yeah.
our team.
Yep.
He's just a little.
Really, eh?
I
I
know
could
he's just
see
kind of like the little shit disturber that. I don't know. I kind of liked him.
Speaking of
Kinda
going to
liked him.
Buffalo Sabres games, I've been to like 20 Montreal and Buffalo games because I live half an hour from Buffalo. So
Yeah.
that's why I always have a heart for them. But I remember being at a game when Jeff Halpern was facing off against Steve Ott when Steve Ott was on the Sabres, and Steve Ott leaned over and licked Halpern's face mask before the face-off. I was like, what?
He pulled a Marchand.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't lick his face, so that was like close. I think it was a precursor to Marchand. Marchand just went all out and tried to French kiss
Callahan. Yeah.
everybody he could.
It was, a pre-COVID
Callahan,
incident.
yeah. Oh my gosh! Nowadays, I think somebody showed that Marchand licking thing last year when
Like
COVID
you
was
can't do
still
that
fresh.
no more.
Oh no, you cannot. Absolutely not. Now
Aaron
Jack
points
Eichel's
out
trending.
here if Dominic Moore was a deadline. Can't remember that.
Dominic Moore was the 2010 playoff run. That was a good one. I think he was. I do believe he was. But that was not Bergevin history though. That's
No, you're right.
Pierre Gauthier. Is it Pierre Gauthier?
It's Pierre Gauthier, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
He was
I
the
think
most
so, yeah.
boring, one of the most boring GMs I've ever heard. But that's okay.
You're
That's
not
all right.
wrong.
He lasted like like 3 years, something like that. He didn't
Yeah,
have a
wasn't there
long
for
one.
long.
Nope. It was like
Yeah.
Bob Gainey, then
Not a
him,
long
and
tenure.
then Mark.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Bob Gainey. Yeah. That's another
Bob
one.
Gainey.
Oh, Bob Gainey.
Gaines. The Camilleri era.
Oof.
Oh,
I
that was a
miss
fun
Dark
one.
part of our
Camilleri.
history.
I was a good.
Camilleri was
player.
a guy. What a guy.
Yeah.
Well, he had 13 goals, Camilleri, in that 2010 playoff run. It was just absolutely
Just
unreal.
Insane.
Yeah,
Just
he was
insane.
subhuman. He was subhuman in the 2010 playoff run. I think all the Habs were because, my gosh, that was unexpected. Like beating Pittsburgh and Washington back to back was just absolutely bonkers. Like it was just
No,
too much fun. That was such a fun.
you can
playoff
thank
run.
Halak in there too.
Oh my. Yeah.
That guy came in clutch for us.
So, Annik,
Yeah.
you were talking about Matthias Janmark going to Vegas. It has been confirmed. Janmark and a 5th to Vegas for a 2nd and a 3rd. That's it.
Official.
Yep. That's a
Well
decent move. That's a decent move. I don't know where he fits,
little-
but that's a decent move.
Oh, we're all kind of
To,
putting comments. Sorry.
Going to thank Aaron for his large donation.
Yes, thank you.
Greatly appreciated.
You generous soul. Although he wasn't generous with his trade information, but that's okay.
Beautiful man, as Derek would say.
He didn't have trade information. He said he had some sort of
Had insider information that he
yeah.
couldn't share.
I
Sworn
know,
to
we're just bugging him.
secrecy.
yeah.
I'll get him to
That's
tell
okay.
me. I'm positive. He probably won't tell me.
So, yeah, there's not a whole lot of action right now, guys. It's pretty quiet. I think
it's pretty quiet.
It's going to be at 3:00, like just like it's just
last
all the
minute
deals.
trades coming in.
Yeah, there's not that many people on the board. Like, I mean, all the major deals happened yesterday, so that's why we're looking forward to getting Weiss' reaction.
We were talking about that last night at the group chat was pretty active around 11 p.m. We said, wow, we're not going to get anything for tomorrow. Can we just keep it down, you guys?
I know. We weren't asking a lot, were we? Like,
no.
Been a tough year as it is, guys. But you know what? We should acknowledge
the fact
that we actually got a hockey season. Like, we're still in shutdown in Ontario right now. So like, we're in stay-at-home order lockdown. And hockey's been sports has been one of the only constants, even through the entire pandemic. So that's a positive to focus on too. Is like, my gosh, we got our sports, despite all the crap that's going on around the world. So that's one thing that's good to point out, is just we've had sports to keep us sort of, our spirits up, right? Sane.
Just sane.
Just sane in general.
Exactly. Trying to see if the comments here, if we have anybody bringing something up.
Ongoing negotiations between Philadelphia Flyers and Skins. So, yeah.
So, Aaron just told us who the GM in question is. We won't say his name.
We can't share it.
We can confirm that Aaron is friends with a GM in the NHL.
Yeah.
Is the weirdest sentence
breaking news.
But good for Aaron, man. Good for Aaron. That is awesome.
That's awesome.
That is awesome.
Aaron. Yeah, I think we all opened that at the same time. He makes sure to block all the information out too. So thank you for making that even more stressing.
Wow.
Oh man. That's funny.
That's interesting.
Good times.
I'm constantly refreshing Twitter now.
Yeah.
Jeez. It's just insane. So what else happened in the past 24 hours? I was looking as well as I guess David Savard. So
we did talk about Mete, just so this person knows.
Oh, yeah.
Talked about Mete quite
a
bit.
The way I was understanding it is San Jose ends up retaining 50% of David Savard's salary and never had him on the team.
Was it 50 or
25?
Yeah, was it 50 or 25%? I know there's a percentage that goes to San Jose, and they get a fourth round pick for that. I'm not. That was a weird trade, man. Those three-way trades are so weird.
So complicated for nothing.
Yeah, a lot going on.
I needed somebody to explain it to me as if I'm like 2 years old. Draw it out for me.
I'll pull out the info. I think I saw it somewhere.
I really love this comment from Hockey Junkie. Tony DeAngelo just got traded to the Mighty Ducks in return for Goldberg, the goalie, and Adam Banks. I actually have my Mighty Ducks jersey right here, so you know what? Good timing, my friends.
Did you see the new one that they released lately? Like the official...
The new show?
Yeah. No, but I mean the jersey. The Adidas released the...
the retro.
The Mighty Ducks retro. No, released in one. I think I sent it to you guys in the chat. Anyways,
I'm pulling it up right
here,
now.
but it's the same green one, but it's just like I guess modernized.
Okay, if it's the one that I just found, it's really pretty. I just want to see if I can get a screen share.
Yeah, you can pull it up.
It says October 8th, though. So I think this might be old news. I don't know. I'm trying to find it here.
Yeah, because I saw it on Twitter a few weeks ago, but I don't know.
Well, there's another one. This looks like the original to me. I'm not sure. Like you said, it was just a couple weeks ago, Nick.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I saw it just a few weeks ago. Try to find it. I think it was sent in
another. The retro comes up.
Try to pull it up.
Maybe. Okay. Now I'm curious because let's see. Yeah, Merrill will replace Mete, by the way. That's kind of the deal.
Makes sense.
We are not trading Cole Caulfield. Stop it.
Who said
Not happening.
No.
Don't even joke about that. It's not okay.
That's not even funny. That's PTSD I don't even want.
Like, people were suggesting trading for Line before the season started and throwing Caulfield in. It's like, no.
Nah. I think there was a talk about I think it was the most ridiculous one I saw was Caulfield, Drouin, and a first for Pierre-Luc Dubois.
Oh, gosh. I'm glad that didn't go down. Not that it ever would have. So
I think Bergie says no. Aaron.
No guy.
Cole for Sid.
Cole for Sid. Oh, stop it, Aaron.
Oh.
Stop it.
Alyssa would kill you for that. That's like fighting words
Stop
for
it.
her.
Okay, I'm going to look at this Ducks jersey just because we have the time. Okay, so which one of these was it?
Okay,
was it any one of
none
these?
of them.
None of
No,
them.
it's none of them.
Son of a gun. Okay, Paul Correa.
Just right. Mighty Ducks movie jersey.
Oh, okay.
But Adidas.
Mighty Ducks movie jersey.
And the Adidas. Yeah.
You can spell Adidas.
Probably like that. Okay, yeah, that one, the third one, I believe is the one they redid.
This one?
Okay,
Ooh.
yeah, they redid this one, but like in an actual reverse retro. So I don't know where it is, but it was pretty sick.
Man, I still love the original though. It's so dope.
Yeah, for sure.
So good. Makes me excited. I was going to put it on, but it's too friggin' hot now.
Yeah, I was going to say it's a pretty warm day in Ottawa too. So,
man, we're just waiting for these deals to come in. Like I had this feeling. My gosh, we're just like, come on.
I guess one thing we could discuss is how Columbus has been trading the whole damn team.
Right. Good point, Annik.
Yeah.
I mean, you got what? You got Foligno. They give away
Liney's
Nash,
got to be next, right?
Savard. Then you've got Jenner that's hurt. Werenski's hurt as well. And they were talking about having Elvis, what's his last name?
Merzlikins.
That guy.
Mm-hmm.
And Korpisalo could be on the trade block. That was a talk earlier this morning as well. So
if we want to look at Columbus's trade history the last few years, they've also lost Panarin, Bobrovsky,
oh my
Dzingel,
God,
Matt Duchene. Do we want to keep going? Like,
it's
oh
insane.
my gosh. I just don't know how long. Yeah, jeez.
Like they've been saying, okay, like Justin brings up here, should Domi be on the trade block as well? Do you keep him and build around him?
He's getting shortchanged right now in his career. That's all I know.
And Columbus trade the team and keep Tortorella? is Torts the issue?
Oh boy.
I think that old school coaching mentality is just slowly making its way out. I think so. Mm-hmm. Like if you can't get through to players like at this stage of the game and you're John Tortorella with all the experience and coach, like John Tortorella knows how to coach. Like, come on. I mean, even Prusty mentioned that he gave him his chance and stuff, but I mean, you don't have a lot of Brandon Press kind of players anymore. Like just the guys that are just willing to do whatever is asked of them. And I don't players have too much pull nowadays, so I don't think that, I don't know. I don't think his coaching style is really getting through anymore. I don't know how much longer he lasts personally, but I don't know. Hard to say.
Not for sure.
Yeah.
But I'm excited with they've gained, what was it for Savard? They basically gained a first round and a third round. First round in 2021, third round in 2022. So, I mean, I guess they're still gaining picks, but
mm-hmm. And they got
a first round for Nick Foligno. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
that's pretty good. That's a good haul.
Are they pulling an R word and rebuilding, or I mean, traded everybody, so you almost don't have a choice. How's their prospect pool? Do we know?
Not great. Not great.
All right.
I mean, I think they are going to rebuild. Well, rebuild around Seth Jones and Werenski. Those are kind of like the two top guys on the team. Those are guys that you got to keep around. But like, who else do they have right now? They don't really have a choice but to rebuild. And to the goalie situation you mentioned, like, who do they keep? Do they keep both Korpisalo and Elvis, or do they ship one out for more picks? That's an interesting situation, Columbus. I don't really know what's going on.
Yeah, Line is trending now, by the way.
Uh-oh.
Great.
But there's
Come on,
nothing.
give us
There's,
something.
One big trade.
Give us
Just
something.
we got a tweet that someone said, fair to say Matthews versus Line debate of 2017 has been decided.
Shit.
I think it has, guys. I think it has.
That's done.
Nothing against Line. It's just like, my gosh, it just sucks that his talent just seems
Such a
to be
good player, though. So
getting
full of
wasted.
talent.
Yeah. Leafs are making moves while Bergevin is sleeping. I don't think Bergie's
You don't
sleeping.
know.
I think
No.
it's not nothing's like, it just seems like it's going to be last minute before stuff's breaking today. So I know we're kind of, trying to reach for straws for what to see Bergie's going to do today. It's tough, because it just 3:00 seems to be, I don't know what's with the last minute sort of deals. Like I don't know why they have to wait. I don't get it. It's either everything's being done ahead of time like it was last night, like a day in advance, or at 3:00. So
There's no just
I don't know,
middle.
man.
Yeah.
There's nothing in the middle. Yeah, there's nothing at 12. There's nothing at 1. Yeah. So I don't know, man.
But to touch on that comment, what did you guys think of the David Riddick acquisition by Toronto? You like that?
Smart.
I mean,
it's just yeah.
Yeah, sorry, Drew, I'm just going to say it's pretty smart with Frederik Andersen being on the long-term injury reserve for sure. I mean, they've been getting some luck with Campbell right now. I mean, just beat Carey Price's record for 11 straight. So hopefully tonight we give him his first loss. That would be great because we need those 2 points. It
might be Hutchinson tonight, actually, I saw, but it's not been confirmed.
Give us a break somewhere. But watch Hutchinson.
Leafs have like 17 goalies now.
Yeah.
No, it's a smart acquisition for sure. They only gave like a third pick in 2022 for it, so it's not too bad. But I mean, if you're reading it from the side of Calgary as well, Calgary fans weren't really happy about it. They have Markstrom now.
Markstrom's a great starter, but you need.
What's your backup?
Yeah, they have no backup.
Exactly. Right, so for Toronto, it's obviously a steal. Meanwhile, just a loaner. But if you're looking at Calgary's perspective, it's
I'm assuming they're going to call up Garrett Sparks from the AHL. Pretty sure that's their goalie. But that's a weird move.
Another former Leaf goalie.
Yeah, that's true. But that's a weird move. Riddick hasn't been that good this season, but he can still he can still steal a game. Like, he has that ability in him. And now Calgary, they don't really have a second goalie. So it's just Markstrom all alone with Sparks somewhere there. So I don't know what Calgary's thinking there. It's a weird move.
Smart on Toronto's end, like Annik said. Just the fact that Toronto, I think I'm not really convinced by Toronto's defense yet, but at the same time, their defense has been a lot better this season. So,
for sure. Definitely improved.
To solidify goaltending, to add another centerpiece like Nick Foligno and the other guy whose name is escaping me right now. But my goodness, the Leafs are if it's at least conference final or bust for the Leafs. I know the Stanley Cup is what they really, really want, and there's no indication that Nick Foligno is going to re-sign in Toronto right now. He's a Columbus guy, so I wouldn't be surprised if he went back to Columbus in the offseason, kind of like what Plecky did, just a lifetime player. So guys, we're going to shortly wrap it up here. Actually, before we do, there's a couple comments that kind of made me chuckle though. And Nick, you have an admirer, it looks like.
Oh, thank you.
So somebody's got a crush I don't know if you're single, so I really can't say much. But
thanks for putting me on the spot there.
I know I did. I know I'm such a douche for that. I shouldn't do that. Okay. No. But you know what? Let me put this up because this one's a good one too. Imagine lining on a line with Drouin and KK. You know what's an even better idea is KK, Drouin, and Caulfield, because that could actually happen. So
Ooh.
I think that could happen within a couple of weeks, folks.
I love how pumped you are about it.
I have to be, because if we're not going to do anything today, which
we've got that.
Like, my gosh,
it's looking like slim pickings right now, but I mean, I'm just gonna keep Aaron's voice in my head saying it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
He promised us. I'm just kidding.
He promised that he was talking to someone. He didn't promise anything was gonna result of it. So
yeah, I know.
I mean,
I love Aaron. He's got such a fun spirit about him. So guys, we're kind of just waiting to see what's gonna drop right now. Obviously, we're it's sit and wait right now. So if something does drop, we're gonna jump back on with you guys. But we've got Dale Weiss apparently joining us at 3:00 for our next live stream after the deadline passes. So we're gonna jump off here and leave it to hopefully Weissy to join us at 3:00 and give us some great insight about deadline day, just as a whole, just the whole experience of being a player on trade deadline day, and then getting his reaction to a lot of the deals that have went down. Taylor Hall, Nick Foligno. I had that wrong earlier. So, and then also Jeff Carter, just all the, Victor Mete going to the Ottawa Senators. We're going to get Weissy's reaction. We have tons of questions for him.
Yeah.
So we're going to try to get on that at 3:00. We have another live stream already set up on the Habs Tonight YouTube channel here, guys. So do check that out at 3:00. Dale Weiss will be joining us. He, again, like I mentioned several times, the three of us have mentioned throughout the show that Dale really would have loved to be a part of the show today at 12:00. That was the plan. So the thumbnail was not trying to deceive you. That was the plan, but we had some tech issues. There was a storm. It's still winter in Winnipeg right now. So
of course it is.
So
it's always winter in Winnipeg.
It's Winterpeg. So that's just the way it goes. But any final
as soon
thoughts
as something I was going to say, as soon as something pops up, I mean, we'll pop back in and get it going with you guys for sure. But definitely make sure to check it out at 3. I'll be tweeting a link on social media right after we log on here. And I guess we'll go from there, and fingers crossed that our dear buddy Aaron is right and something big happens in the next hour and a half. Yeah,
exactly. We've got time, and like we said, it's going to be. We would have loved to have broken some deals for you guys. We did actually off the hop with Victor Mete being claimed on waivers, but once again, thank you guys for watching. Those of you that have checked out this stream today so far, subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. There's going to be some good stuff coming, hopefully at 3:00 with Weissy. Not going to be something you're going to want to miss. We can't wait to hear from him, and can't wait for you guys to chime back in and tune back in to the Habs Tonight YouTube channel. So on behalf of Annik, Shane, and myself, we'll see you guys at 3:00 post trade deadline for some great reaction from Dale Weiss, former NHL player, former Montreal Canadian, of course, and is one of our co-hosts on this channel and on this show. So thank you guys again, and we'll see you guys very soon.